get her to come out again. Hippopotamus. Hippo. Oh, let me try to move this so you can see over here a little bit more. I'll kind of let go of the opossums for a little bit because you could see Sweet Pea and Poppy eating their watermelon. And the babies, look, the babies are willing to try the watermelon now, and I love the way they grab onto it and just dig in. I've got another little mini watermelon. I'm gonna give half to the top rat cage and half to the bottom rat cage and let them eat it. But they absolutely love the watermelon, and when they're done, there's just like a little paper shell of watermelon skin. It's so funny. I mean, they really love it. Okay, Willie. Now I've got good news for everybody. I'm gonna make a video about this later, but Willie is all better. He is doing so much better. His foot is even working. Like, Willie is walking okay. Like, the little baths and soaks have worked. He is doing great. He is really doing great. Willie doesn't want formula anymore, so he's like weaning now. He's not interested in milk. But Angie and Chomper are. They still love their milk. Yeah, we still love milk, huh? All babies seem to kind of wean at their own pace, but at least now I just sort of warm up the milk and I put it in a dish and they, oh, hi. Hi, Angie. Angie's crawling around my arm. She doesn't want to eat right now. She wants to visit. Hi, Angie. Hi, Angie. Oh, you guys don't really want milk anymore either, huh? Are we all weaning today? Chomper doesn't want it. Angie does. She's drinking it again. All right, guys, I'm gonna go get you some vegetable puree. boys. Okay, boys, here's your watermelon. Oh, yes. They can't wait to eat that. Okay. Here's your watermelon. Hershey. Kit Kat. Kit Kat, the goodest rat. Kit Kat, the goodest rat. Oh, hi. Oh, my Kit Kat. Oh, I love you too. Oh, I love you too. Mm. You want watermelon, Kit Kat? Watermelon. And there's Pippa. And there's Pippa. So here I have two little Dr. Pepper bottle tops, little soda bottle tops, and that is what all the wood rats eat their vegetable puree out of. I made it myself. It's in a baby jar because I defrosted it in one, but I make that myself. Okay, Willie. Yeah. Okay, Willie. Oh, you hear him crying? Willie, here you go. Willie? Yeah. Oh. Willie has started rooting around in the like seeds and stuff that I've left for him, some of the solid foods, but he's not really eating the solid food yet. He really likes his vegetable puree though. Look at everybody eating. Everybody's so happy. Everybody loves their watermelon. The babies still love their milk though. And they have arugula, bok choy, kale. They have some blackberries, which are really, really high in calcium. And they have their watermelon, of course. And they have some blueberries. And that, so everybody's got their things. We'll give them some walnuts in a little bit, but we want them to eat their calcium food first before we give them anything with phosphorus in it. Oh yes, yeah. So Willie is doing so good. Here, I'll bring you over to Willie for a minute. Look at our little Willie. He has started to eat some of the solid foods that I've left in there. I started playing with them anyway. He doesn't really eat them. I make him a vegetable puree that also has some like papaya in it and stuff, some fruits, some blueberries. And he really, really loves eating that. He is using his foot again. He is peeing properly. I can see a little pee spot right here and right here. So he is peeing properly. And the biggest thing for me is he's using his foot again. He's using both feet. So Willie is once again in the category of will someday be releasable. And I am so happy. Not that I wouldn't just love to keep him because I just love him so much, but he is doing really, really great. In fact, he is now kind of rejecting milk, which means he is, his adult teeth have come in, his incisors have come in. So Willie is doing really, really, really great. And I have given watermelon to the squirrels up there, to the top rat cage of boys, the bottom rat cage of girls, and you can see Pippa there, that my hairless rat mama. And Kit Kat is the all white male rat that's in the bottom cage with them because he's a breeder, and then the white and gray rat is also a male, and that is the son of Kit Kat. And the black female that's in the bottom, her name is Faye. And then the squirrels have their watermelon. And I'm gonna pick this up just a bit. I'm trying to find an angle where you can see kind of everything, but I think you'd lose detail in the pursuit of me trying to show you all of the cages in here and all of the activity you kind of... Now, well, let's see. What does this baby have? I don't recall putting anything log-like. Oh, they took down their whole wooden log thing, and that's what he's chewing on in the bottom right there. And they've got their arugula and kale and blackberries and blueberries and sweet potato and yellow squash and all the stuff. And yeah, he's getting so big. I'm glad you're feeling better. Even if you're not physically feeling better, I'm glad there's something that makes you feel a little bit better. And you'll see that the rats, the rescue rats that are on the bottom right, they are still here. I kind of got ghosted by the person who was adopting them. This is why I always insist on getting a deposit on like adoption fees and stuff, because otherwise people just kind of jerk you around, and it's really unfortunate. It's really, really unfortunate. So they are still looking for their forever home. In the meantime, they will just get to have an up-close, first-person view of the adorable baby squirrels. And yeah, Willie, I am so happy about his leg. I really thought he was going to be unreleasable because of that leg, but his leg is doing good. He is thriving. And I am so proud of Willie. And did I ever show you guys the bathtub that I use for him? Like, this is his bathtub. My little Willie bathtub that I would fill with warm water after he ate. And I would just kind of hold him on his back and just hold his head up above the water and let his tummy soak, and then I'd rub his tummy with the other hand, which unfortunately makes it really difficult to film. Although I guess I could have just used the tripod or whatever, but I didn't get a lot of film of it, but I did those, and we did some like aqua therapy where I just moved his feet around, and I moved his toes and just tried to get get his foot working again, and it has worked. He is healed and using all 4 limbs. I'm really happy. Everybody's happy. Everybody's good. Oh, we're fighting over our piece of, that was a parrot toy. But it's come down, so we're fighting over a piece of wood. Now, FYI, these hammocks that you see that are chain attached and not yet been destructed, and the hanging swing and stuff like that, those are all going to be available on my website very soon. I'm going through a rather traumatic and very sudden divorce that was announced 5 days ago, and this is my first, like, yesterday afternoon was officially the end of the moving process, and this is my first full day by myself where I won't be seeing him, and it's very traumatic. But I have to. It's a midlife crisis. Mom's death. Both parents are both of his parents. It's just a. Gotta go find myself again kind of thing, not a hate thing, there's no bad blood, except, in being incredibly hurt and scared and alone and just kind of emotionally devastated in every way that a person can be. But other than that, no bad blood. We don't hate each other or even dislike each other. It's just he's going through a thing, and he's got to do it by himself, I guess. So, yeah. So I am going to be selling hammocks and doing whatever I can to try to keep a roof over my head. I don't know if you know, but in the area where I live, 2 incomes are pretty much a necessity for every household. So it's going to be real fun around here. Thank you. I told him that yesterday, that I hope that he's able to find himself again, and I hope that he's able to find happiness and balance and peace. And then I hope that he finds his way home, because we've been together 16 years. And I just really want him to come home. Anyway, enough about that. I don't want to be, I almost can't help myself, but I don't want to be one of those trauma dumping people. So. Hi, Ty. We're eating watermelon today. That's our big thing. The squirrels have never had it before. So we're gonna see if they like mini watermelon. They seem to be interested, but they've got all their other food, and well, currently we're fighting over a wooden log. But yeah, they love their little berries, and they also are trying blackberries for the first time today, because those are also really high in calcium. I don't know if you heard, but Willie is doing fantastic. He is rejecting milk, so he is kind of on to his next half milestone. He just eats a vegetable puree that I make, which has carrots, peas, sweet potato. What else did I put in there? Carrots, peas, sweet potato, squash, papaya, blueberries, and broccoli and cauliflower. And so he really prefers that. And he is using his foot again. I've been doing soaks in this little tub. I've been, I give him a little warm water soak in this tub a couple times a day. And that helps his tummy issues, and also I do like aqua therapy with his little foot, and I let him kind of move his legs around and swim. I'm holding him up obviously, but I let him kind of just move around and stuff in that warm water, and it has worked a miracle. He is using his foot again. He is peeing on his own, and all of his like bladder and tummy issues are gone. He is doing great, and he's even got a little dish of food. I'll show him to you right now because I think you were probably not here last time I showed him. So I'll bring the camera over and I'll show you our little Willie. Look at him. He plays with the solid food, but I don't know how much of it he's actually eating. Mostly he likes his little vegetable puree, and then I have a little piece of antler in there for him to cut his teeth on because his adult incisors have come in. So no more baby teeth for Willie. He is such a sweet baby. I love him so much. I just love him so much. I thought he was going to be unreleasable, but it doesn't look like he's going to be an unreleasable boy. He's doing really, really well. And I'll go ahead and show you Chomper and Angie. They are still separate from him because I wanted to give Willie all the chance in the world to heal and do well. But we have Chomper and Angie up here. And they still like their milk. That was full. That's a tablespoon little cup, and it was completely full, so they are still very much drinking their milk, and they have their vegetable puree too. They haven't quite graduated to that level yet, but they are doing really, really great too. Oh, no, I have never seen a dormouse, only in Alice in Wonderland. The mouse at the Mad Hatter's Tea Party is a dormouse. Yeah, you wouldn't think, because like wild rats, even if you've hand raised them from a day old, which supposed to be getting five baby rats today. Somebody found them in their patio furniture, and the mom ran away, and it's been over 24 hours and she hasn't come back for them. The people should have left the baby mice in the patio furniture in their nest exactly where they were, and mom would have come back and gotten them, but they moved the babies, and whatever. They're supposed to bring me the babies, and then you guys can watch them grow up too. And they're coming from a referral from the animal shelter, so. Anyway, even when you hand raise baby rats, they go at some point when they start rejecting milk and they don't want milk anymore, they want like real food. They go from wanting to snuggle with you and, be in your hand, to running and hiding from you, and then shortly after that they get aggressive and they'll bite you. Very shortly after that, is in my experience. Sometimes I've had a few that didn't do that and they were really actually sweet, but I've done so many of them now, I can tell you that the majority of the time they wild up really fast. and their fear instincts kick in, and you become mortal enemy. So the thing I've always known about the desert wood rat, though, is they don't do that. They just stay, or at least the ones I've done have all stayed pretty sweet and bonded. Oh. Oh, the kids are all playing. They've like had their breakfast, and I had to go shopping today because I was out of a lot of the greens. So they've just had milk. This is their breakfast. In a few hours, we'll give them some picky blocks and let them try that. Or they already love them. So yeah, exactly. Human mom suddenly is very scary. Luckily, squirrels, it doesn't happen with squirrels. It doesn't happen with domesticated rats. But it does happen with roof rats. At least most of the time. It doesn't happen with opossums either. Opossums get very bonded to their humans. Skunks don't actually like retain the bond. Like, they are very affectionate and they're very sweet and they're great, but when you release them, they just go off into the wild and kind of never look back. And if they see you out and about later, they don't really remember you or anything. I just want to hold you and kiss on you for a minute.
Hi, baby. Oh, my baby. Oh, thank you, baby.
I'm gonna put the milk just in case you change your mind. I'm gonna put some milk. Willie, would you like to say hello to the folks at home? Come on, camera, focus. Oh, Willie.
Yeah, no, really, you kissing my neck?
I love you, Willie. You're so cute. He's just so scruffy. It's so funny. Like, wood rats go through this really scruffy phase. well, if you guys have questions, I'll see you in the chat. I'm gonna go get some, I have a lot of work to do, kind of thing, so. Enjoy watching the babies. Yeah, yeah, Ty, they do. They always look wet. I don't know why, but they always look wet. Until they're adults. They're just so shiny. let me try to turn on a light so you can see the rats better. The rats are being very active at the moment. Oh. How did that get unplugged? I don't know if that makes it easier to see them. The squirrels ate the cable off of the ring light, so we're just going off of overhead light right now and whatever's coming in through the window. Oh, all right, Poppy. Poppy wants to come out really bad. I have a lot of work to do trying to rebuild my life after what happened this week. But I can't disappoint her, so. Oh yeah, the rats will eat all the watermelon and you'll just get like a little shell of watermelon. All right, girls, do not eat the phone cable. Don't you try to jump on that lamp. get some PVC pipes or something and make a cat treat for these squirrels.
Hi, my baby puppy. Hello, my lovely girl. Hey, sweetheart. Aw. Jump to mama. Hi, mama. Hi, baby girl. Come on in. Hi. You help heal my sadness so much. I just really love you. Just really, really love you. I love all my babies.
Poppy's redoing my hair. She likes to take any like barrettes or hair ties or anything like that. Anything I have in my hair, she likes to take it out. I think she's looking for pecans. Do you want a walnut? Just because you come and sit on my shoulder doesn't mean you're always going to get a walnut from me, you know. There you go. There you go, my baby girl. She likes to just come and sit on my shoulder. She's really cute. And I think the most flattering thing that my squirrel Poppy does is she will eat her nuts sitting on my shoulder. She always tells me she feels safe. She feels safe with me. And then, ow, she'll try to bury it in my hair or down my shirt. Ow. Ow, Poppy. That's your nails, and I am not made out of... Ow. Poppy. Go bury it somewhere else. Okay, here, let me show you. She's trying to figure out where she's going to bury her walnut. You can't bury things in me, Poppy. Just like, where can I put this walnut? Man, where do I put this walnut? Oh, maybe on the little rack. Oh, wait, we found paper. We can put it in the paper. Oh, it's safe in there. There we go. We found it. We found our hiding spot. We're gonna put it in the paper. All right, mission accomplished. Mission accomplished. We have squirreled for today. We have squirreled. Oh, I'm sorry. The tripod has become unstable. Sorry. Hope you're not getting motion sick. Sorry. And the rats have kind of officially gone back to bed. They sleep during the day, you know. Oh no. Sweet Pea had a walnut and now Poppy's trying to get it. Hi, baby girl. Oh. No, that's my phone. Don't put people in timeout. Let's try one of these. Poppy. It's a peanut butter banana biscuit. Oh, we're gonna bury that too, I think. In the mannequin? Yeah, that's a good place to put food. Oh no, she's actually eating it. She's up on the water thing. She's eating her little biscuit. Yes, there are three tiny opossums. They live in that top right cage that has the upside down hat. And they also get a vegetable puree. That's broccoli, cauliflower, sweet potatoes, carrots, peas. I put papaya and blueberry in there as well, and I put everything in the Instant Pot. Not the blueberries and the papaya, but I put the vegetables in the Instant Pot and I cook them up, and then I throw them in the blender and puree it. And then I freeze it into these little tiny silicone ice cubes that are shaped like dog paws. And they're like hearts, or dog paws with hearts in them. And I freeze them into little cubes. And then I thaw those out for them. And the wood rats are getting that same thing that the opossums are getting. Oh, Poppy just checked on her walnut that's buried in the paper. It's still there, so she's happy. And she's on her way to come and see me again. Don't eat wires. Don't eat that. Uh-oh, Sweet Pea found your walnut. You gonna try my potatoes? Hi, sweet pea. Hi, sweet pea. Hi, baby girl. Don't eat the tripod. One of the things that I could do would be to put the tripod down really low and let the rats have their free roam time and live stream that. Okay. Well, I'll schedule that. I don't know what time zone you're in, but I could do that in the evenings. They're not really awake during the day, but evenings, Pacific time, I could do that. The squirrels all go to sleep around like 7 o'clock, 7 or 8 o'clock. It's later in the summer, obviously, because the sun is out longer, but they go to bed around then. So like the rats kind of wake up and I can just put the camera closer to the floor and let all the rats out. What'd you find, Poppy? Okay. Yeah, I'm always up late and up early and everything's kind of in turmoil right now, to be honest. Last week on Saturday night, everything was totally normal in my life. I just, me, my partner of 16 years, and my best friend, my teammate, my everything. And on Sunday morning, we got a call that his mom's been in the ICU for a while now, and it's really been difficult. And we got a call that her heart had stopped and she was gone. And about 4 hours later, he told me we were going to have some really difficult conversations and things like that coming up. Tuesday morning, he let me know that he's got to move into his mom's house to go through all of her stuff and get the house ready for sale, and that it's better if I don't come with and we separate. This is after 16 years. Because he's got to find himself, and he lost his dad a year ago. So it's like going on a journey of, it's just a midlife crisis, right? But it's like really been thrown into an absolute tailspin, and the result of which is that in just the span of 1 week, I've lost two of the most important people to me, and I have to figure out how to be by myself and support myself, and try to keep my house, and try to deal with all this. And he took my dog too. He took the dogs. So I've just lost an incredible amount. And we finished moving all of his stuff on Saturday. It's almost easier, I think, if somebody leaves in like their, I don't know, I don't want to like put it out in the universe, but like, you know, they're gone, if you know what I mean. And then it's like you deal with that, and there's, you know, I don't know, but when somebody just like leaves you by choice, even if there's no animosity, it's not a fight, it's not cheating, it's not anything like that, it's just they have to go on a journey of self-discovery, and they need to do it by themselves, kind of a thing. It's almost harder. Like, your heart is a mile away from me by choice. But I have a lot of empathy for all the things that led to the decision, or the feeling that this is a critical move that has to be made. I have empathy for that. Yeah, so I'm just kind of all over the place right now. Up late, up early, up a lot in between. Oh, look, the rats are, Pippa's out. She's eating the watermelon. Pippa's so funny. You can see her on the bottom left by the water bottle. Oh, but she's going back to bed now. She's had her fill, I guess. And I gotta get them more of these like parrot toys, the hanging wooden, you know, giant parrot hanging toys. These babies really love it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to get on Amazon and order one of those for them. They need a lot of wood to chew on. They have the antlers, but these guys really love chewing on wood. You girls having fun up there? I have a mattress leaned up against the wall here that, like, when I do, some people might find this weird, but I really like to just lay down and let my rats and squirrels just run all over me, and so I have a little, like, twin, or I guess it's a double, not a twin. I have a little mattress in here, and so I'll just lay it down, but when I'm not on it, I just lean it up against the wall. And the girls like going up there and just like wrestling on the top of the mattress. Yeah, wood is really good for their teeth, and they really like it. They eat them fast though. So they're like $27 a piece, and they don't last very long. Sweet pea and poppy can destroy one in one day. They really enjoy it, but at $27 a day, it does. Oh, okay, yeah, it sounds like heaven. Just like, if you ever get pet rats, and this is what I tell everybody that buys rats from me, the best way to bond with them is to lay down in your bed with them and just let them run all over you. And so you're not just a big head and scary hands, that you become a whole entire being, and they have a really good photographic memory. So let them run all over you. Let them get to know that you're just, you're a really big rat. And then it just helps with the bonding so much. And Pippa and Bianca are my girls that I got them the day that Gus died. And on my gaming channel, and maybe I'll upload it over on this channel too, but on my gaming channel I have a video that's like a tribute to Gus. He died April 5th of 2020, and it was pretty much the most horrible thing ever to lose him. He saved my life. I ended up in 2013, I got a brain tumor, and we didn't know it was a brain tumor until December of 2015. And in that time I was in the hospital with like mysterious, horrific stomach pain and nonstop like vomiting and stuff like that. It was really horrible, and they kept testing all of my stomach and whatever, and they couldn't figure out what it was until finally I was so sick, and I had I had septicemia from an infected PICC line, and I ended up going to see a palliative care doctor, which is an end-of-life doctor. I was extremely sick. I had lost absolutely everything: my house, my car, everything except my partner. He did not leave. He was my pillar of strength. But the palliative care doctor said, this actually sounds neurological, and he ordered an MRI, and the MRI revealed the brain tumor. And then that began the long road of treating that and recovering from that, and then trying to rebuild my life and everything that I had lost. And I was so depressed, I really couldn't get out of bed for a long time. And also some of the medications that they had me on are really, really extremely difficult to get off of on your body, just very difficult. And it took a long time of going through all of the things to try to get back to a normal life, and trying to rebuild the happiness that I once had, and anyway, so this one day I met somebody that had I just saw like little bumps moving under his hoodie. I just saw these little bumps, and I asked him about them, and he told me that they were 2 little baby rats. and I had never had rats before. So I was very curious. I mean, I'd taken care of, I had guinea pigs all while I was growing up. I had lots of guinea pigs, and they had had babies, and we had raised the babies and all the stuff, but I had never had rats or hamsters or anything else. It was always guinea pigs or dogs, usually guinea pigs. um, so anyway, I held one of the baby rats, and he fell asleep on me, and I just fell completely in love with him. And the guy was like, you know, I just got this little guy today, and I'm not super attached yet, but I'll tell you, I've never seen a baby rat take to somebody new like this. So if you want him, you can have him. And that little rat became my whole world. He was my reason to get out of bed every day. I wanted to actually like show up to my doctor's appointments and my therapy appointments and my counseling and just all the things. And I had a desire to get better and get back to work so I could buy him things and take him places, because he loved just being on my shoulder and seeing the world and all the things. And he brought me back to life. That rat absolutely saved my life, which, you know, got me to loving rats. And on the day that he died, I got Pippa and Bianca and Radagast. And Radagast, as it turns out, was a boy. I didn't know too much about sexing rats at that point, so I just trusted what they were telling me. And anyway, after some time, it became physically apparent that he was a boy, but it was kind of, I guess, too late, because soon after, Bianca and Pippa were both pregnant. Bianca had her babies October 13th, and 2 days later, Pippa, and then 2 days later, not even 2 full days later, but like a day and a half later, Pippa had her babies, but she was not as pregnant, or not as far along in her pregnancy as Bianca. So her babies were extremely small. They were premature, and they just started dying one by one on the day they were born. And there were two left at one point, and I made the decision that if I leave them in there with her, they're gonna die, and I've got to try to do something. So thus began my mad search on Google and Facebook groups to figure out what to do. And I kept them both alive for 5 days, and then one died. And the other one is Kit Kat. And Kit Kat, I named them Kit and Kat, the two. But then when Kat died, I just kind of combined the names and called him Kit Kat. And he is the goodest rat. He is the bestest boy, and I raised him completely by hand. So, but I didn't know nearly as much about raising animals by hand that I do now. So I didn't feed him the right stuff, and because of that, he's kind of prone to getting sick, and his he's like half the size of his brothers, because Pippa ended up having another litter. I didn't have enough cage space or money to buy more cages or anything, so I thought, and I had read somewhere that like rats can't get pregnant again right after they give birth. That's not true. It's not true at all. They can get pregnant again, I think, the same hour that they give birth. I know that now, but I had just read something and I believed it, and so I put her back in with Radagast so that Bianca could have half of the Critter Nation with her babies. And so anyway, Pippa ended up having more babies. So yeah, the size of those babies, same mom, same dad, are like twice as big as Kit Kat. And Kit Kat has problems getting somebody pregnant. I think he's got slow swimmers or something, but he did manage to uh, have babies with Faye. Um, one of the babies died uh, pretty shortly after being born, but the other one lived. That's Hershey. That's the platinum and white one that you see in there. And Pippa, Pippa won like most curious rat at the rat show last in 2021, and she did really, or yeah, 2021, and Kit Kat won best rat at the rat show. And he's really so special to me, and he's got such an amazing personality. You'll see when I free roam them. He's so amazing. And so that's the line. Pippa's line is the one I really want to continue breeding. A, because I love hairless rats, and so Kit Kat, of course, is a carrier of the hairless gene, as is his sister. So together we would have like a 25% chance of getting hairless babies. And that's my goal, is this particular line, this particular genetic line, Pippa's never had a single problem with her skin, even being hairless, not a single health problem. She's never been sick a day in her life. No tumors, nothing. I mean, she's just the healthiest girl. And she's really soft, and like I said, the fact that she's got no skin problems and she didn't have any problems like raising her babies or anything, which a lot of hairless rats do. So definitely a line that I'd like to continue, and I keep trying. Well, Pippa can't have babies anymore. She's too old. She's way too old to get pregnant and have babies. But Kit Kat and his sister from the subsequent Pippa litter, they had one baby, Hershey, and she's real big, and I think she's pregnant, but this has happened a few times where she's gotten pregnant and then spontaneously like aborted, like the babies don't really live, so she just reabsorbs them. So I don't know if that's going to happen again, or if she's going to be able to have another, successful baby or 2 or 3, or what's going to happen. But that's why I leave Kit Kat in there with her, and I'll leave Hershey in there as well, hoping for, yeah, me too, hoping for some babies so we can keep this line going. If I have to get a different female, I can get a different female, but I prefer it to be of the same line, and we'll bring some fresh blood in another time, but we'll do what I gotta do. But you'll see. Anyway, the point is, when Gus died, I had been holding him for 2 months, literally day and night, 24/7. He was either in my hands, in my like shirt, like I made like a sling kind of thing that I could wear under my shirt that he could be in. So he didn't have to be like in my bra because that's too tight, right? Because he's a full-size rat, but just like a baby sling that he could be in, because I had to help him poop. I had to help him eat. I had to, he had hind leg degeneration and the whole thing. Like he lived a long time, and he was, sorry, I can stop talking. I'm just babbling because I'm sitting here like avoiding work and letting the girls play. So I'm just talking to you because you're here. I'm just talking to you. But so I had held Gus for all this time, and it's really hard to go from putting all of your energy into keeping an animal alive and warm, and having to help them do everything, especially when, like I said, he saved my life. He was absolutely everything to me. And so it impossible to put him down. Even after he died, I just, how do you go from keeping him warm because he can't keep himself warm anymore in his old age to putting him in a refrigerator or freezer? I just couldn't do it, you know? I just couldn't do it. And hold on, one of the squirrels just peed right in the food pile. And I need to clean that up before all the food is like gross and contaminated. Why did you do that? Let's clean that up. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Silly. Did you see this? Do you see my baby? Do you see my baby just falling all over me? What you doing? What you doing? Can you go? All right. Sorry, you get to see my fat butt. So yeah, I just couldn't do that. I ended up he ended up going to a taxidermist that preserved him by freeze drying him. So he lives in his little house that's on my fireplace mantle, and he just watches over me. And watches over. I don't ever have him in the same room with rats. I found out the very hard way that when rats encounter a preserved rat, it freaks them out and it takes them days to like trust anybody again and not to hide. They really did not, they don't like Gus's body. But I didn't put him down for 24 hours, actually. I held him through getting the new rats and then that first night I actually slept in the guest room because my partner did not like the idea of sleeping in the bed with a dead rat. So I slept in this room with the rat cages. I just slept on the mattress, and I had my two little girls, Pippa and Bianca, and I ended up sleeping in here with them for a week. Not with Gus in the bed with me, but I took him to the taxidermist that next day. But that was, I think, why I'm so bonded with Pippa and Bianca, is because when they were babies, they slept with me for a week. And to this day, Pippa she's the sweetest girl in the whole world. And she loves nothing more. I can show you some pictures at some point. I'll post them up on my community tab. But she just loves to snuggle and fall asleep on me, and just grab my finger or something and just like rest her head. And she's the sweetest girl. Just the sweetest thing ever. Bianca's very sweet too, but Bianca's not quite as affectionate, and her personality is just different, you know. Pippa's personality is amazing. I've been intending for years to write children's books, you know, the stories of Princess Pippopotamus the Wrinkle Bean and King Kit Kat the Goodest Rat and Lord Gus, which is what we always called him on my gaming channel. He's literally Lord Gus, and all of my emotes and my merch and everything is based on Gus. He had been a breeder reject, and so he had a notch taken out of one ear and a hole punched in the other ear, which is what some breeders, I have never done this and will never do this, but some breeders, when they decide like which ones they're going to keep for their colony, which ones are going to be adopted out and which ones are going to be sold as feeders. They will notch or hole punch their ears as babies to keep them, keep track of it. And so Gus had a notch in one ear and a hole punch in the other. So all of my, even if you, well, I don't really want to mix the channels, but I don't know. That's like all of my channel merch and my Twitch emotes and everything is all Gus. Pictures of Gus that I've drawn with his signature ear markings. So I would tell, yeah, it would be Princess Pippopotamus the Wrinklebean, King Kit Kat the Goodest Rat, and Lord Gus. And now we have to add Hershey in there, and I'm not sure where to call him his royal Hershey-ness. I mean, he's Squishalicious, right? So, oh, that's his like real nickname is Squishalicious. So he's like Hershey the Squishalicious. And I think having a children's book with that would be really really cool. I would like to do that at some point. Coloring book, children's book, something like that. Yeah, on my gaming channel, when like something happens, we praise Lord Gus, and we pray to Lord Gus that we'll win the match and stuff like that. And then when anything goes wrong, we blame Will Wheaton. Not just because of Big Bang Theory, but my partner actually like grew up with him, and it was not amicable because I guess he was a real brat when he was a kid. And so a lot of the boys that he went to school with just kind of remember what an absolute brat he is. And so we just decided that, you know, anything that goes wrong with our video games should be his fault, just because. So yeah, raising Kit Kat is how I learned to raise babies. And then because I had basically started breeding at that point, I decided I needed to make a website and join AFRMA and stuff like that. And one of the things is, if you look online, when people find baby mice or baby rats, people say, try to find a breeder that has a pregnant mom, because that mom can foster the orphan babies that you found. So then people started calling me for that, and it was all baby roof rats. And I was like, you know, and my story is on my website too about Kit Kat and hand raising him. So then people started bringing me rats, and then the Humane Society started giving me baby rats that people would bring in, and then it became squirrels, and then opossums, raccoons, skunks, etc. So all of the things that I have learned are from taking care of Gus and taking care of Kit Kat. They are the foundation. But I still named everything after Pippa. She's my little wrinkle bean. So, well, all baby pinkies are wrinkle beans. She's just kind of a permanent wrinkle bean, right? She's wrinkly, hairless little girl. So there you go. the very, very, very long story of Wrinkle Bean. I used to do rat cams on Twitch under the Lord Gus Gus. If you look on Twitch, there is a channel called Lord Gus Gus, though all of the VODs are gone. I have some of them on my gaming channel, which if you're interested, I can show you, but there's rat births. There's lots of rat cams on there. And then there's also video game content, but yeah. It was Scotty that was like, you know, Twitch is good for gaming, but it's not actually like the ideal place for animal content, so you should really make a YouTube channel. Yeah, this is the gaming channel. Oh, well, .com. Let's see if I could spell it right. There you go. Yeah, you'll find the Gus Gus's video on there, and rat cam videos, and rat birth videos, and stuff. But now we have our own dedicated YouTube channel, and I can have and Scotty showed me some great video editing things, and so I've not made any new shorts or videos lately because, well, I just told you what's been going on the last week specifically, but I will get back to making some videos, and I still live stream on Twitch, and then the intention is always to bring the highlights over to YouTube because, you know, but hi. But I was thinking, and tell me what your thoughts are on this. I don't know if you're interested in gaming at all, or if you would have any kind of input that's relevant for the gaming community. But I was kind of thinking that since Twitch is, you know, it's more of a gaming platform anyway, game streaming, is kind of keep my more hardcore games over there. And then when I do like cozy like Nintendo games or like Animal Crossing and just kind of a like really low key, it's not even really a game kind of games, of live streaming those on YouTube, which I started doing with like Stardew Valley and Cozy Grove and stuff like that. Yeah, I love Skyrim. I don't know if you've ever played Skyrim in VR, but it's really fun to play Skyrim in VR. And I've never played World of Warcraft. My partner, he interviewed at Riot Games, and it was like 6 interviews, and they were grueling. And he even said like kind of insulting because they just did these like psychological games and stuff. Um, so I don't know. Like I've always held a grudge, and I won't play World of Warcraft, but I've been going through because there's a new Elder Scrolls Online chapter coming out June. So I've been going through and live streaming like a full playthrough of the whole base game and the different DLCs and chapters in order. But I do that on Twitch. Oh, you know, I could do it on YouTube as well. My main game is it's called Star Citizen, but it's going through a rough period of alpha right now, so I can't even log into the game until the next patch comes out, which hopefully will be Tuesday. That's an open world space flight simulator. Wow, I can't believe they are almost through that whole bottle of milk. Now you will notice that my squirrels are especially plush and squishalicious, and that is because I feed them formula for so long. Most rehabbers have kind of stopped at about the 8-week mark. I let them drink formula as long as they want to. Sweet Pea and Poppy did for like 6 months. 6 months old, they were still drinking formula every day. Right? I don't know why they like to drink upside down, but man, they sure do. I wonder if the bottle is too low to that platform. Maybe I should raise it up a bit or lower the platform or something. I think maybe they don't like craning their neck so much.
Hey, Poppy.
Poppy's running around my leg.
Hi, baby girl. You want to try a piece of the potato? Yeah. No?
Well, they're pretty much eating the watermelon. They also have wild arugula, baby kale, baby bok choy, yellow squash, blackberries, blueberries. Yeah, they have that. And then later on, I'll put some picky blocks in so they get all their vitamins and stuff. But yeah, the one that's under the hammock right now is eating a mini watermelon half. Yeah, I think early life nutrition, I can see with Kit Kat because he didn't get the right milk formula. And, you know, I can see the lifelong kind of consequences of that for him. And I think it's why it's so important to me. Even if I don't have enough money to feed myself, my squirrels get all of their good stuff. I want them to have the best possible chance. And my rats, the rat mix that I make costs like $200 in ingredients. And, but it's worth it because I want them to have the best possible nutrition. And the opossums and the wood rats too, of course. Like everybody that's in my care gets my very, very, very top priority. Nobody's eating kibble around here. And then luckily in my backyard, I have 5 pomegranate trees. I also grow tangelos, oranges, persimmons, loquats, grapes, lemons, and pomelos. So it's a lot of fruit in the backyard for me to give them to. And if I end up being able to keep my house, I think I need to build some plant beds and start growing the arugula and stuff like that. Not necessarily for the babies that are in the house, but for all the babies that get released, so that they still have a really good supply of all of these really healthy things that they grew up on. I don't know how to plant things though. I can't keep anything green alive. I can keep baby animals alive. I'm good at baby animals. But I can't keep plants alive. But my friend says she's gonna help me. She's got a real green thumb. So we're gonna plant those things. And one of the squirrels that I released, I saw her yesterday and she's pregnant. It's amazing, she's pregnant, and I'm hoping that in, you know, a month and a half, 2 months from now, when her babies are starting to leave the nest and follow her around, I'm really hoping that I get to see her with her little babies. I'm really so excited that she's gonna be a mama. So I kind of want to plant all that stuff outside for her too. I want to make sure that she's got all the nutrition that she needs to raise her babies. Oh, I was like, why are they all in that corner? Now I see. Because Poppy's up there antagonizing. Poppy loves antagonizing the babies. But I can't let them interact because she gets very jealous and possessive and will absolutely, and has tried to attack them. So she's just, very, very possessive. But the babies are very interested in her. Look at them all on the back there while she's climbing on the window shade. Yes, you're still my baby. Oh, yes. Oh, and I don't know if you can quite see it. Let me turn the camera just a smidge away from the rats so you can see the opossums are all out. And they're eating. They're awake. Baby girl, don't eat my phone. Yeah. Oh, it looks like they finally have really eaten through that top hammock. I'm gonna have to replace it. They've eaten some of it anyway, not through it, but luckily it's very, very easy to patch or replace these hammocks. Hi, sweet pea. Hi, baby girl. You want a walnut? It's the call of the walnut. You know, that's a good question. I don't know. So this is just a dominance move, by the way. It's not actually humping. The girls do it to the boys before they mate, and the boys do it to the girls, and it was really confusing at first because Sweet Pea and Poppy are both girls, and they used to do that. They still do it all the time, constantly. And I thought, oh my gosh, stop it! What are you girls doing? And then I was informed that this is a totally benign play behavior. Yeah. Oh, two possums have finished eating, and we just have one possum back at the dish, practically inside the dish. He's trying to get his fill. Would you stop throwing walnut shells at me? Chomper. You're such a needy boy. You're such a needy boy, Chomper. Oh, look at how cute you are. Let's see your teeth. Oh, yeah, still have baby teeth. When you getting your adult teeth, Chomper, huh? When you plan on giving up these baby teeth? Look at those big ears, Chomper. Look at those big ears. You're so cute. You're so fluffy. Willie's not fluffy. Willie's wet. He's a wet Willie. But look at you. You're so fluffy. You got your big ears and your cute little face and your tiny little hands. Look at you. Look at you. Your little tiny self. Your gnarly little teeth. Look at you with your little feet. Look at you. I got good news. You did not permanently disable your brother. He's doing good. He's doing real good. Visit him for a minute? Want to visit for a minute? Yeah. Keeping a close watch on you guys. What's wrong with your foot now, Chomper? Did Angie bite your foot? Did Angie bite your foot? Yep. Chomper has a wounded foot. Or at least one he's not willing to really use. Why do you guys do this to each other? I don't get it. Do I have to separate you and Angie now too? Wet Willie. Yeah, wet. Well, Willie just looks wet, you know? And Chomper and Angie are very fluffy still. They don't look wet yet. They still have that fluffy baby look. He's a wet Willie. A little scruff ball. Angie in here for a minute too. Let all the babies reunite. Let me see, Angie. What teeth do you have? You still have baby teeth? What you got going on in here? Yep. Still got baby scissors. All right. Well, we've surpassed 3 hours. I think I really have a lot of work to do to try to get my house and my life back in order, and but I will keep a lookout on the community tab and for a scheduled live stream of the rat free roam time. We'll do some floor cam and just watch the rats run around and play, and we'll bring some fun treats for them and just let the rats play. So keep an eye out on the community tab, and thank you so much for joining me for the live stream today. I really appreciate you as always, and I'll catch you later.